Hi everyone, I'm Randy Miltonberger, President of the Board of Trustees, also President of the Building Committee for the newly renovated library that you see behind us. It is open as we speak now. It opened on the 17th of July, but the grand opening is the 14th of August, and we encourage everyone to come and join in the festivities and the ribbon cutting. Now we'll go up the new front steps here and new front doors, and we'll go in and see what it looks like inside. All right, we've now walked into the vestibule, the new front vestibule. Actually, it's the one of the originals. This was part of the 1996 edition. If you'll notice, we've lost the elevator that was here at one point. We've replaced that. We'll see it shortly. The old library letters over what was a entry until about 1995, 96. We have new power operated doors for the handicap, new accessibility all the way through the library. We'll hit our switch here. Here's the main circulation desk we see here. This is the main reading room throughout. You'll see up here on the right, you'll see a mural of some of the old pictures. Second one from the right is actually what this room used to look like in 1940 when it was built. This space here was the original library. You'll see it over the top of the circulation desk, some of the moldings repeated back to the existing, or the original color, over the arches, and the bay window down on the east end there, looking out on the copper beech trees, has always been a favorite of everybody we've talked to. We'll go over to this area, which is the fiction area. We've got it all in here. This was actually part of a 1954 edition. Here to our right, I'll point out that the Friends have their bookstore here. It's been renamed Books and Beyond. That will also have its grand opening and ribbon cutting on the 14th of August. We have back in here in the fiction area, we have the public computers. It looks like they're all up and running. We've got 4 that we haven't pulled out yet, but they're ready to come out. We are still bringing some things out of storage. Most of it is out, some of it is still in. We have the DVDs and tapes back there in the back. Down here to the young adult area with plenty of windows to the southeast. We have their own area. We have a teen librarian now to take care of this area. This is something that replaced the old purple and yellow area with the orange furniture up in the northwest corner. We've now gone to the southeast, and I think improved it quite a lot. It's become bigger, it's become a little more private, a little more space just dedicated to the young adults. We have some study carrels here, a small little group table. And as I mentioned, we have a light shelf system with louvers on the outside to cut down on the light coming in through the windows. The light then hits on the top of the light shelf, reflects up against the ceiling, and gives us indirect light, which cuts down on the amount of electrical appliances we need to have in here to supplement that light. Here's a small little reading area with a little group study table here in the corner, and here's our overlook of downtown Kirkwood. One of the other things we did was made the building, besides handicap accessible, we made it much more secure and safe from a fire code situation. Here is an exit stair, which we now have. This goes directly to grade. It does not connect to the first floor. In case of a fire, this stair is used. That's the only time it really should be used. there'll be a local alarm on this in a little while. Now we'll get on the fully operable, fully handicap accessible elevator, which we didn't really have before in the old building, and now we have it. Connects all 3 levels, and it is fully handicapped accessorized. And it's also noisy.
Musical.
Musical.
So how long has this library been planned?
I put the budget together for this library in May of 2007, so it's been 3+ years. That's when we put the budget together. That's when we started planning for it. The board started on it then, and so close to 3.5 years later now, we're in it and operating.
Is that a pretty quick turnaround for a project of this size?
Not really. Well, I guess it is if you consider the bonding. That's one of the things we had to do in there, was do the bonding for it and raise the money from the citizens of Kirkwood. Out here we have an emergency exit to the east, as well as the way we've got this set up now. This exit can be accessible for things like voting days and things like that. When we don't want to open the whole library, we can open this door, these 2 doors, and be able to use the large auditorium, which is behind me, the bathrooms, which are here. And by the way, these bathrooms are handicap accessible now. Not only do they look like it, but they are. They're not just a sign on the door the way we used to have. The auditorium, which is basically pretty much the way it was before size-wise. We've cleaned it up. We've taken storage items out of here. We have a camera on the ceiling here. We have an electrical screen that comes down. Children's area, which is in the same location as before. It's much larger. We took out the desk. We took out some space there. Opened up the circulation desk for the children here. You can see the clouds, as we call the ceiling items. This desk is very interesting. There are 51 of these tiles that were made by young patrons and fired and put up in here and installed. So now each one of them can come up here and see their own little tile and appreciate that they're part of the whole process.
And who was the vendor that did that? Do you remember?
Paint Me Pottery.
Pardon me?
Paint Me Pottery.
Paint Me Pottery was the vendor that did that.
They donated all the materials.
They donated the materials, they donated all the tile, they donated all the paint to paint the tile, and then when we were done, they fired it for us. You have a children's computer area, large area in the middle for children's activities that is set aside. Central stair once again, and we've returned home, so to speak, to your central wayfinding area. Hope you all enjoyed the tour. Hope I didn't get too quick or too detailed in some of the things, but I want to thank you all for watching the video, but more importantly, I want to thank you all for passing the bond issue and voting your tax money to support this, and hopefully you appreciate and enjoy and will use what we have as a result. Thank you again.